Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight on our news.
The Prime Minister again ignores questions about the controversies surrounding the Progressive Liberal Party. That story straight ahead.
Topping the list of the wealthiest candidates, Brent Simonettis responds to the backlash of his bank account. That story is coming up straight ahead.
The leader of the DNA responds to controversial photos of his Nassau Village candidate. That story is coming up tonight, straight ahead.
Our news is brought to you by Alive, the nation's newest and best LTE network.
Good to be alive.
Welcome to our news and thanks for joining us. I'm Christina McNeil. Topping news tonight, Prime Minister Perry Christie addressing a number of controversies that have plagued his administration in recent days, insisting his comments about God over the weekend were taken out of context. He even accused the private media of reporting fake news. Christie's comments came after he initially pushed past members of the media following a National Health Insurance press conference this morning. Our Jasmine Brown has the details in this report.
Questions by the media were met with stone-faced silence as the Prime Minister pushed past the press. Shortly after his address, the Prime Minister rushed out of the press conference surrounded by his team. Reporters posed their questions only to be met with stony silence as one of his bodyguards insisted he was taking no questions.
Should Mr. Fitzgerald have recused himself from
as a nominee, as candidate?
Not today. Nothing like that.
Christie was also silent when asked about the revelation that Nygaard International Partnership made direct payments of $5,000 per month into the Bank of America account of Golden Gate's MP Shane Gibson. But Christie was more forthcoming at his next stop, which was a ceremony to mark the commissioning of ZNES's free-to-air tower at Harrow Pond. While addressing the crowd there, Christie argued that there must be standards in media. He also responded to social media criticisms over his statement, quote, "Listen, it is going so good now, God can't stop me now," after having microphone issues during the PLP's rally on Saturday, insisting he believes in God.
God is good, I said. God is awesome, I said, right in the same speech. In the same speech. Dr. Norwich, I say these things only to say that I have the privilege of being Prime Minister. I'm speaking to an audience of the Bahamas through the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. Sometimes it's very difficult in all that you do and say when we are engaged in the political arena.
The Prime Minister also shot down a report claiming his son got $5 million in realtor commission fees in the sale of the Hilton Hotel to the Chinese. He called the allegations crazy. As for the controversial stories that have surfaced in recent days, Christie insisted people are saying things that are not helpful to the country.
Notwithstanding lies that are told about people, people outside this country are watching. We are defining ourselves as a nation by what we say and what we do about each other. And I may be a calm and peaceful person, and I have a duty to advise and hopefully influence all who are a part of my leadership. But we have to be so careful that we do not divide so strongly that the division is permanent.
Reporting for our news, I'm Jasmine Brown.
In other news, financial declarations filed by former Deputy Prime Minister and F&M candidate for St. Anne's, Brent Simonettis, reveal that his already massive fortune grew by nearly $100 million since 2007. Simonettis, whose net worth is worlds apart from the other candidates seeking election, says he is comfortable with his declaration. He questioned whether other candidates could say the same thing. April Sands reports.
Former Deputy Prime Minister Brent Simonettis has no problems topping the list of the most wealthiest candidates for this year's general election. With assets estimated at just over $158 million and liabilities of $2.6 million, Simonettis' net worth is listed at $156,235,000. Other candidates' net worth doesn't even come close to the former Deputy Prime Minister's massive fortune. His declaration, as of the end of 2016, amounts to more than those of the next 9 people on the 10 wealthiest candidates list combined. The F&M candidate for St. Anne's told our news there's no shame to his wealth.
I'm comfortable with my declaration. They want to make a lot of issues. I noticed one of the papers made a difference between 1 year and another year. Well, it just happened, and I've explained it publicly, and I don't, I'll explain again. Between one of my declarations and the second, my mother died, so I did inherit some wealth from my mother. So these are facts of life. I've been out of government for 5 years. I've gone back to the private sector. I'm comfortable with my declaration.
Simonettis listed $140 million in securities. Among his assets are listed $10 million in real estate, $2.125 million in his current account, $10,000 in a savings account, $5 million in mortgage receivables, and another $1 million in property. Some people have questioned the huge jump in Simonettis' net worth.
I know a lot of people have made very negative. I understand a preacher on Sunday on the radio decided to attack me for that. That's democracy. It's sad. So that means, are we saying that a rich white person shouldn't run for parliament? I'm a Bahamian, so I have that right. Now, if you want to criticize me for it, fine.
Simonettis is one of the heirs to a fortune that includes shipping, banking, and construction. He said while he is comfortable that his declaration is accurate, he's not so sure some other candidates can say the same.
Then in this morning's paper, you also see, I think someone has a US dollar bank account. Is that declared on his declaration? So I welcome fair comment on mine.
Simonettis added that he can sleep comfortably at night, knowing that he gives just as much as he gets.
I donate a tremendous amount of money every year. I do it anonymously. So not many people will see a picture of me handing over a check to. So whilst I earn a lot of money, I also donate to a lot of charities, a lot of individuals.
Reporting for our news, I'm April Sands.
And the general election is less than 2 weeks away, but how well do you really know the 175 candidates who are vying to be your next representative? Well, you may be surprised to learn that 51 of them are millionaires. Under the Parliamentary Registration Act, each candidate is required to disclose assets and liabilities. The top 10 wealthiest candidates include political party leaders and even a political newcomer.
Former Deputy Prime Minister Brent landed on top of the list of wealthiest candidates with a declared net worth of $156 million. Meanwhile, F&M leader Dr. Hubert Minnis ranks 4th after seeing an increase in his fortune since his last declaration ahead of the 2012 general election. Back then, he landed 2nd on the list of top 10 wealthiest candidates with a declared net worth of $10.9 million. At the end of 2016, Minnis reported a net worth of $12.6 million. Then there's Democratic National Alliance leader Granville McCartney, who was considered the wealthiest party leader in 2012 when he declared $6.5 million. Now he has a reported net worth of $10.6 million, coming in 6th on the list of the wealthiest political candidates this season. Fellow DNA member, Sky Bahamas CEO Randy Butler also made the top 10 list, outranking his party leader in 5th place. Butler, who ran in North Andros and the Barry Islands in 2012, saw a huge leap in his net worth, up from the $3.87 million he declared before the last general election. Now he has a reported net worth of $12.4 million. Tall Pines Member of Parliament Leslie Miller rounds out the top 10 wealthiest candidates. He too saw an increase in his net worth, up from his 2012 declaration of $6.5 million and his 2007 declaration of $4.5 million. Miller is now reportedly worth $7 million. While Prime Minister Perry Christie did not make the top 10 list of wealthiest candidates, his declaration is also worth mentioning. Last week, he declared a net worth of just over $2 million, which includes a salary of $139,000. His net worth is relatively the same as his 2012 and 2007 declarations. Meanwhile, independent candidate Loretta Butler Turner made her declaration of $3.1 million. The majority of the 175 candidates nominated for the upcoming election are not millionaires. There were a handful of candidates whose declarations were incomplete, declaring unaudited at this time.
And enrollment for national health insurance began today at several centers throughout the capital. Prime Minister Perry Christie was slated to enroll at the Enoch Beckford Memorial Auditorium on Carmichael Road, but things didn't go as planned after he revealed he did not bring the necessary documents.
I think to make it convenient to people, you have to go the extra mile and say, when you come, bring these documents with you.
We've been saying that.
Okay.
Like I said it this morning, we've been saying that quite a bit in the advertisement.
So you don't tell me bring an up-to-date bill.
We assume we can find your contributions in the NIB system.
Oh.
I also didn't tell you to bring your card.
Well, that's true too.
Still, Christie called the day a momentous one, insisting it was not an easy project to get up and running.
Healthcare should be for everyone, and this is a historic achievement for our country and, more importantly, for our Bahamian people. National health insurance is the result of years of work, of bringing people together to listen to what they have had to say.
Meantime, NHI officials revealed today that more than 300 people have enrolled. NHI Project Director Dr. Dylan Brennan says during the enrollment phase, Bahamians are allowed to select their preferred doctor who they will receive primary health care services from once that phase of coverage begins. Brennan explained the enrollment process.
At nhibahamas.gov.bs, at home or on your smartphone. It's that easy. You can also download and print the enrollment form from our website and enroll in person at one of our NHI Bahamas enrollment locations. You must have your NIB Smart Card to enroll, be a Bahamian citizen or legal resident, and have proof of residency in the Bahamas for the past 6 months. Some persons who enroll online may need to bring documentation in person in order to prove their residency information.
Meantime, Brendan also revealed that Aetna Global Benefits has been chosen as the health scheme's insurer. And former Progressive Liberal Party Member of Parliament Philip Galana says he believes the PLP's chances of winning on May 10th are slim. In a candid interview with our News, Galana says the PLP still has a shot, but the odds are stacked heavily against it. Kaya Joaquin reports.
Galana says if the PLP wishes to be re-elected, it has a lot of work to do. But he says as of right now, things aren't looking too good.
I think the PLP has to be very concerned that they are at risk of losing the government.
Galana said looking around the Caribbean over the past few years, there's a trend of governments being kicked out of office. In addition to that, the former PLP MP said there's a growing level of discord, disappointment, and dissatisfaction in the current administration. And he said what isn't helping the party are scandals like last week's revelation regarding Marathon MP Jerome Fitzgerald.
It's not going to help the PLP's prospects. I think the PLP is going to have to respond to that and do so in a convincing way. I'm not sure what is going to be sufficiently convincing to persuade people that there's a lot of smoke there but no fire. And so I think that is not going to help the PLP.
The former PLP MP also pointed out that the Bahamas hasn't re-elected a government since 1997. That's 20 years ago. Galana says he still supports the PLP and the fundamentals the party was built on, but he has to be a realist.
Be real about it. I mean, I've always been real about politics. I've never been emotional about politics. I've always believed that you've got to be honest, you've got to be objective and impartial. And while I would like to see the PLP win, I think it's going to be a very difficult battle. I think it's going to be a very, very close race.
Despite the issues currently facing the party, Galana says he still believes the PLP has a chance of being re-elected. He said the party has to convince voters of two things.
To persuade the people that it is the most stable political party to lead the government, to lead the country, that it has put the country on the right course for change and improvement and development, and that with the FNM you're going to have an unstable situation with a leader who doesn't have the capacity to keep his organization together. And if he can't keep his organization together, how is he going to be able to keep the country together?
Reporting for our news, I'm Kyle Joaquin.
Still to come on our news, the DNA leader defends his Nassau Village candidate. Stay with us.